All right. Happy 2025. Welcome to the show. It's another season of If I Do This Right podcast. I think we're on season 5, if I'm not mistaken. As you can see, I'm by myself today. Darian has taken the role of producer extraordinaire. So we're kind of switching things up a little bit this year. So you'll see me in front of the camera more often, and D is going to be behind the scenes doing what he does best, which is making all of this run smoothly. So welcome again. It's officially 2025. So happy New Year, even though we're like in the middle of February, but happy New Year. Happy New Year. So some current events, some news. Of course, we all know that Trump was voted president. It's been an eventful few weeks of his tendency in office so far. We won't dig too much into that. What I will say is don't turn a blind eye to what's going on right now. I know it can be very overwhelming, but don't turn a blind eye to what's going on. Make sure that you are kind of staying up to date, but don't overwhelm yourself because
he got up in there and started, man, that stuff he was talking about. We was like, what? You can do that? Like I didn't even know you can do half of the stuff he was talking about. Like, you can do that?
Said, listen, mama called it Gulf of Mexico. I'ma call it Gulf of Mexico.
Gulf of America. Like, and you know what? In my mind, I was like, well, who's gonna stop him? Because can't nobody stop.
There are things that can be done to stop him, but I think that everyone is so shocked of what he's doing that he's got people scurrying like, okay, we know this isn't right. How do we stop him?
Look, we got bigger problems like the cost of eggs. Like, forget that.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, stay informed, stay in the know. And I think that the 92% of us should still sit down. And you know who you are. The Eagles won the Super Bowl. Now, I personally am thrilled that the Eagles won because I'm an underdog rooter. I'm so sick of the Chiefs winning. Like, okay, y'all won enough. So I'm actually pretty thrilled that the Eagles. Was the Chiefs there?
Yeah. You was thrilled, and I lost a couple of bets, but they needed to be lost. You know,
right?
Yeah, they needed to be exactly. Lost. I'm gonna hate to break that 20 because you know.
Listen, you were smart for it to just be the 20.
And look, if I send you this, that means that that even though I don't want to do it, even though you try to stop me, I'm gonna do it anyway.
I'm gonna do it. Say Drake. Listen, one of the best halftime show ever. That halftime show was epic. Kendrick Lamar is a genius, in my opinion. He is an absolute genius. Everything had meaning, it had depth, and you know, we had a good time. We who knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that was like, I don't know what he's saying. And I get the controversy. I get some people didn't think that it was a great halftime show, but for me,
Shakira did halftime show. I know what she was saying. Did I complain? No, I didn't say.
Come on now.
And, you know, she was half English, half Spanish. So you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But I think that's just the world. You're gonna have people. I think that's just gonna be it forever. Like some people are gonna be late with it. Some people are not, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I totally agree. But huge congratulations to Kendrick Lamar. He won 5 Grammys?
I don't know if he's giving out. He should. He shouldn't have won 5. There was some other good artists up there. 5 straight. I don't know about that. That's subjective to me, but
well, nevertheless he won. It's in history books now.
Yeah.
I think he had 11 nominees. So the next person that had more than him is the late great Michael Jackson, who had more nominees. I think Michael Jackson, the most nominees he's had is like 13, I think.
Yeah,
Quoting that right.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing though. Like that's Michael Jackson level. Like Whitney Houston, you know what I'm saying? Luther Vandross, like them cats sang to your bones shatter.
Not your bones shatter.
Yeah, come on now. Like what was that song Luther had? Like the chair is still a chair, man. You just sit there and you just you just sit still, like okay, like. Like it's capturing. I don't know what. Shout out to him, anyways. But I'm talking about like that difference between that type of. So I guess this is a new world of this is these are their celebrities, their stars. But we've sat through some really good great stars. But speaking about that, congratulations to Kenny. Here's this is a shout out to and just kind of a recognition to Black History Month.
Absolutely. Yes, we are celebrating Black History Month. Black History Month is all year round. It's not just the month of February, but we definitely want to give homage to Black History Month. And yes, it is Black History Month. And it was Black History Month before somebody else decided that they was going to rename Black History Month.
That's all right. You better hold on to it before they let it go.
This is true.
All that complaining, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and have it.
All right. Well, of course, we have a phenomenal guest on the show this season. We're probably going to be hosting a lot of authors. That's just kind of how the cookie has crumbled, so to speak. So I'm super excited about our guest. Our guest is Kimberly Powell. She is a talented author with a passion for storytelling. She was born in Brooklyn, New York. Her journey into writing world of literature began at a young age as she poured her emotions into crafting captivating short stories and heartfelt songs. Also, you're a writer of songs. Okay, we're going to talk about that. She graduated from CUNY York College in June of 2017 with a bachelor's degree in social work. We need social working is a very important skill, and we need it in a lot of areas that people don't even realize we need it. Kimberly's deep understanding of human nature and empathy shines through in her writing. She further honed her skills and knowledge, earning a master's degree in social work in May of 2018. Awesome. And currently she puts her compassion to work as a dedicated social worker. Inspired by her love for thrillers and urban fiction tales, Kimberly is drawn to the erratic storytelling and dynamic characters that bring these genres to life. Now she embarks on her own writing journey, weaving gripping narratives that thrill and captivate readers. Bring it to the stage, Miss K.Powell or Kimberly Powell. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? You make me sound so amazing. Thank
you. You are amazing, girl. What are you talking about? You are amazing. I'm so thrilled to have this conversation with you. And I will be honest with you, I had not had a chance to go over your bio. Mm-hmm. So to hear that you are a social worker by trade, I have a passion for social workers. I don't know if it would ever be a position that I could do because that gets very heavy. But we're gonna talk about that a little bit too, because I definitely want to know. Okay. But before we get started, we do have a question of the show, and the question of the show today is: if you could travel in time, what era would you visit first?
Oh, I would go to the 90s. So okay. I was born in the 90s. I want to already be an adult In the 90s.
In the 90s, really. You want to go on a move into adulthood.
Yeah.
I do think that the adults in the 90s had fun. And here goes my
co-host. No, let me tell you something. Listen, she right, man. If she was an adult in the 90s, ooh, man, talking about a good time.
Yeah. Oh, definitely a good time. Definitely a good time as being an adult in the 90s. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mine's would actually be the Harlem Renaissance era.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good
I would love to be back in that era. Yeah.
Just the outfits alone.
That's all I'm thinking about is that. I know there was some racism and other stuff, but just
the outfits though
would make up for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, great to have you again on the show. Definitely looking forward to digging into this conversation. So first of all, where are you residing?
So I'm in New York. So I used to live in Brooklyn, but now I'm in Long Island.
Okay, nice. Okay, perfect. Now, you social worker. So talk to me a little bit about social work. What made you get into social work?
So let me be honest. When I started college, I wanted to be a physical therapist.
Okay.
But there was this one class I just could not pass the test. I was like, you know what? This might not be for me.
Yeah. Understood.
Yeah. So I ended up taking like a social work 101 class just to see if I liked it or not. And they ended up showing us a movie. I can't remember it now. It's been so long. It was just about the social worker who was like struggling to help this child, and there was nobody there like really supporting the child, and she did everything that she could. And I love that movie, and I don't even remember what the movie's called, but I was just like, it really spoke to me. I was like, maybe this is something that I can do.
I love that. I love that because go ahead.
So so at the time when I was in school, I was a teacher at a daycare.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm teaching. Now I'm doing social work. So let me put these two together. So when I graduated with my bachelor's, I ended up working in a high school as a social worker. And I truly enjoyed it. It was like the best ever because those kids are so funny.
Yeah.
That was then. Now I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I work in high school now because they off the rails. I don't even know about that.
Yeah.
But I truly enjoy just helping people. And now I work with adults.
Okay.
So it's kind of actually still like working with teenagers because they don't want to listen to you. So I do enjoy just like helping, listening to them because a lot of times they just want somebody to listen. They don't even want you to give them any advice or any resources. They just want to be heard. So that's something that I truly enjoy doing. And I work in the mental health field, so it's a lot of stuff that happens while I'm at work. So I like the fact that that's just a regular 9 to 5. So once I get off, I can like decompress and go home at night. It could be a lot.
That's heavy. That's a heavy job. Yeah.
It could be a lot, especially sometimes like even last week I did an intake and it was just a lot for me. Like, sometimes people like trauma dump on you. And obviously this is my job, so I have to like listen. But after I had met with that person, I was just like, oh my God, I need a burger. Like something to like just
burger, some chocolate, chocolate cake, some wine.
Yes, because I felt so overwhelmed.
Yeah,
it was like oh my God, it was a lot.
That's a taxing position.
Yeah,
definitely taxing. So, but I definitely jobs like social work. Here he come.
No.
What you got to say?
You think? Do you ever get to the point where you think that, hey, I don't have it so bad after all?
Absolutely. Every
single
day. Yeah. Because sometimes I would be like, oh my God, I got to do this, I got to do that. And then I go to work, I'm like, okay, you know what? Thank you, God. My life is good.
Yeah.
I have friends who are social workers and they're always telling me, bits and pieces of what they hear. And I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing. It's such a broad range. So bless your heart. And but what I was gonna say was people like you, that's a calling on your life you're not doing it just to get a paycheck. You're doing it because you have a passion for helping people.
Yeah.
So kudos to you.
Thank
Kudos
you.
to you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So but you're also a writer.
Yes.
You're also a writer. So let's talk to us about how you even got into the journey of being an author yourself.
So I've been writing since I was young, like, just writing little short stories, nothing serious. I also wrote like I wrote a book when I was in high school in like a composition notebook, just writing. I didn't have any idea of what I was going to do with it. I just wanted to write something.
Yeah.
And I brought it to school. A lot of my classmates enjoyed it. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I could,
Yeah.
do this. But, I was in high school, life, all this stuff. So I just like kind of put it to the side. And it wasn't until the pandemic when I was working from home and I had a little bit more time on my hands when I really should have been working. So I decided to just like pull out some old things that I have written and see what I could put together from that. And that's when I first joined Book Talk, because I had no idea what Book Talk was. So I joined Book Talk and I was just seeing like all these other indie authors. They were Black. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I didn't even think to publish a book. Like I had no idea how to publish, where to do it or anything like that. So of course I had to like talk to other authors, see what they did to publish their book. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take this serious. Sure. And I started writing my book in 2020 and I put it out in 2021, the first book.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So what book is your first book?
So it's a Show You No Mercy. So it's a series. It's a trilogy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now is Show No Mercy, is that a part of the
So Show You No Mercy.
Oh, why do I have it as Show No Mercy? Okay, so Show You No Mercy.
Yeah.
That's the first book of the trilogy?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So tell us about Show You No Mercy.
So, I've always been drawn to stories about revenge, betrayal, and survival. Okay. And I really wanted to write a story that included all of that. Okay. So the premise of the story is just about a detective who had a shady past. And pretty much that past came back to get her back. Like she did something wrong when she was a teenager, and the person she did it to came back and was like, I'm coming for you. Yeah.
I love a good thriller. Like I'm a romance girly, but after romance, I love a good thriller. So I'm definitely, which I meant to get the book beforehand, but life happened. But I definitely plan on picking the book up. So you started writing this book over the pandemic. How much of Show No Mercy was stuff that you had written back in the past? Like, did you dig through the files and kind of added some stuff to it, or what?
So I did, like, because I wrote the first part of a story like in 2018. Wrote it, left it alone, never went back to it. So then when 2020 came and I decided to really like get into it, I went back and I looked at some stuff. It was probably like, because sometimes I would just jot down things that come to my mind. And Show You No Mercy was one of the things. So originally it wasn't Show You No Mercy, but the story idea I did already like have it in the back of my mind of what I wanted to write. So when I did decide to pursue it, I was able to pull from what I had written before.
Gotcha. Who was the first person that you picked to read your book? Because one thing about us as authors and any type of art is like Erykah Badu says it best. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my
Yep.
So who was the first person that you felt safe enough to say, okay, I'm gonna let you read this and you let me know what your thoughts are?
So it was the first two people. It was my mom and my brother.
Okay.
Yeah. So they were the first two to read the book. They gave me different ideas, things I should probably take out, put in, and things like that. They even helped me with the title, because the original title was supposed to be Out for Blood. Okay. They wasn't feeling that. So I'm like, okay, let me think of something else. So yeah, they really helped me really hone the premise of the story and motivated me. Like my mom and my brother are the best.
I love that. Family, listen, if family can't motivate you, why are you here?
Yeah, that part.
I love that. Okay. So we got Show You No Mercy out. talk to me about any challenges that you had while writing. What were your biggest challenges? Because for me, I'm a romance writer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, when I think about writing any like thriller, fantasy, anything outside of that, that's challenging to me because that's not something I have a personal. I like to read it, but I don't know how to create that world, so to speak.
Yeah.
So talk to me about your process, any challenges.
So I feel like one of the biggest challenge I had was trying to keep the twists and turns tight. Keeping them right, because it's one thing to have a good idea, but making sure that everything connects in a way that makes sense while also keeping the suspense, that was the difficult part. I had to like step away from my book, give it a few days, come back to it with fresh eyes. And sometimes even I had to rewrite certain sections or rewrite a whole chapter because it just did not work for the story. So I feel like the twists and turns are hard. Like what you said, like romance, I feel like I could probably write romance. It might not be that hard, but with thrillers, you really have to sit down and think really hard about, okay, does this make sense? You don't want to write something in chapter 1 and then chapter 10 is something completely different, so it's really important to make sure everything connects.
Yeah, I feel like with romance, you can kind of just sit down and free fall and write, but with a thriller or fantasy or anything like that, you almost have to have a layout of everything so that things fall in place. The little nuggets that you put in thriller books fall and make sense and all come together at the end of the book. So absolutely, that's an intimidating process. And you said you had the book written in about a year?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not bad at all, considering, you're employed. I don't know what like Frida McFadden does. Because she got a book. She got a book coming out. I'm like, girl,
her book's coming out back to back. I'm like, damn, I'm trying to be like her.
You're right. Like, how you doing that?
So like even with that, and like because I work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. So sometimes when I do come home from work, I'm tired. Like I don't want to do anything. And then on top of that, I'm also studying for my clinical exam. So that's something else added onto my plate.
Yeah.
So it can be a lot. So most of the time I really write on the weekends. Agreed. When I have like the whole Saturday and Sunday, I could like put in like good 2-3 hours.
Okay. So what is your process when you're preparing to write? What is your process? Is the lights on? Are they off? Is music playing? Do you have wine? Talk to me about your process.
So I have to have complete silence in my room, but then I also put on my headphones too, because my headphones is noise cancellation.
Okay.
I gotta have some, like, people might think this is weird, but I have to have like some rock, like something like
for thriller. I can see that.
I have to have that playing.
Some murder, kill.
Exactly. Cause I gotta feel it. Sometimes the beat, it's not even the words, just the beat alone makes me get into that place where I need to be like, okay, now I'm writing the villain's part, so I have to put myself in the space of a villain.
Gotcha.
So I gotta listen to the right music. Candle has to be lit. That's pretty much it. I just need my music, a candle, some water, maybe a snack.
Okay.
And I'm ready to go.
Do you put yourself on a time, like I'm a straight focus for an hour, 30 minutes? Do you put yourself, or is that just ADHD people like myself?
No, I do that because I don't want to, because sometimes I get in a place where I'm just zoned out and I'm just typing. I want to be able to give myself breaks. So I do probably like a good 25 minutes, then I do like a 5-minute break and then do another one. Because like, I feel like if I just try to write straight through for like an hour, I'm just going to be confused. Like, I'm like, what am I writing right now? Like, I need to be able to take a break and come back to it. Because sometimes, a fresh eyes is always good.
Absolutely. So I'm going to guess that you're a reader as well, because most writers are. Yes. So tell me some of your go-to authors that you like to read.
So I do S.A. Cosby, love him.
Yeah.
The books are amazing.
Razor Bay Tears is a top tier book for me.
It is. Yeah. Octavia Grant, I love her books.
Okay.
There's an author named T. Styles. I don't really see too much people talk about her. She's actually urban fiction.
Okay.
And I just really get inspired by her because her books are very like raw and real and unpredictable. And she's also a filmmaker, so she also inspires me to one day get into that, field of creating a movie for my books, which I really do hope one day. Fingers crossed.
Okay, I love
that. Yeah, those three. I do have a few more, but I can't even remember off the top of my head. Okay. But yeah, what's her name? Joelle Washington. I think that's her name. She wrote the book, The Blonde Dies First. It's like a horror / thriller book.
Okay. I think I've heard that name. I can't do horror.
Oh, you can't do. So it's not that it's not like that bad.
You know what though, Kim? I did say that this year I was going to open up my horizons of what I read. So if you suggest a book to me, I will. I'll try to read it.
Okay, you should start with The Blonde Dies First. It's really not that bad.
Okay. Good deal. Okay. So let's talk about your characters. Here we go.
Wait. I just wanted to say so. All right, because in the beginning you named two of the most well-known, boroughs in New York. Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And so which one are you from? The Stony Island or Brooklyn?
I'm from Brooklyn, but I live in Long Island.
Oh, Long Island, my bad. Stony Island. I'm talking about that's Chicago. All right. So I came up when this Brooklyn Zoo, Wu-Tang Clan, all of that. Is some of the stories, and I know because you got some characters in Brooklyn, boy.
Yeah.
Is that some of the people that you kind of base some of the characters off of, or certain situations, or because it's like Brooklyn opened up the world to how Brooklyn style is like.
And Brooklyn has a style. It's different from anywhere else in the world.
Anywhere else, and I'm telling you, we just accepted it because we know that if you can make it out of Brooklyn, you good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then you learned about the other one. You learned about Harlem and like you said, Long Island. And there's a old movie called The Warriors, and they had to go through Long Island just to get to a safe spot. So you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want to know, is some, tell me about some interesting characters or something that you pulled from the neighborhood that made an introductory into your book. So
I did more so neighborhoods than characters, right? So I had in the book I have Red Hook projects in there, Bed-Stuy, I think
Bed-Stuy, I forgot about. Oh my god.
So I did more so locations. Now the characters, they do have that authentic Brooklyn vocabulary.
Yeah.
What is born?
What is born?
So yeah, I pulled from the neighborhoods. Definitely just listening to people talk and myself speak. But sometimes they say people from New York got an accent. I don't hear it. So I have to listen.
You do. It's at the tail end of it though, Kim. It's you could make it without me noticing it, but you pick it up at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, you pick it up at the end. But that's
I thought I lost my accent because somebody told me.
It's still.
Nah.
And that's funny because, for instance, I'm born and raised in the South. D is from Chicago. I don't think I sound country.
You don't.
Thank you.
I don't hear it.
I'm also in a professional setting.
Okay, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. So and then as being educated, master's degree holders, you want to sound like somebody with an MBA.
Yeah.
But what's so funny about that? Because I want you to get back to what the different boroughs that made it, or different towns that made it into the book. But sometimes when you talking to certain people, you gotta sound like them for them to trust you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
like,
true.
because they'll pick up on it. And like I said, I don't know how. So I don't care. I don't care what Chicago talk. We had our little stuff, but we grew up off of that New York stuff. Like that was hidden.
But y'all are close in Chicago and New York is close in proximity.
Yeah, they're not that far apart.
Yeah, not that far. But no, but go ahead, Kay. Tell me about the who made it in there, or what town made it in there.
So, like I said, I had Bed-Stuy and I had Red Hook Projects. And so with the character, so there was one character. He's like an older guy. You know that older guy in the neighborhood that just everybody knows everything, that's wise, that's able to give you that good advice. So that character made it in there. Then we also have the pretty boy who got all the ladies and stuff, just be chilling or whatever. That also made it in there as well. So
Man, I used
to
hate them guys.
So are any of your characters based off of anybody in real life? You ain't gotta say no names.
But so I would say one of the characters, Sage, her relationship with her father is somewhat, not all the way, because when y'all read it, I don't want y'all thinking that it happened to me, but somewhat what I experienced with my father. Okay. And just their dynamic between each other.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to really pull from my own experience so that it'll make the chapters and the scenes more real.
Yeah. Let's talk about the publishing aspect of it, because publishing can be difficult. Because what people don't realize is especially when you're an indie author, you have to create the cover, edit, get it printed, all of those things. So how was your publishing process for anybody that's out there aspiring to be an author themselves?
So like you said, we wear all the hats. I think what has been hard for me with the whole publishing is getting visibility and making people take a chance on my work, especially when you don't have like a big publisher behind you. So I try to stay consistent. I keep learning. I do different workshops. I learn from other authors. I don't have no problem reaching out and asking questions because I don't know everything. Nobody does. So that's one of the big things I will ask. If I don't know, I'm going to ask you. What's the worst that could be told, So I just try to stay consistent, learn. I focus on building my own audience. So social media has been a game changer for me. And I feel like this year has been like super successful for me. Like I have been getting a lot of visibility from people. And my name, like even on the Literacy Award, I was nominated. So
congratulations.
And I was like, wow, okay.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you. And I was like not expecting that. So I just feel really grateful that I'm now being seen. So I would say to anybody that's, thinking about wanting to publish a book, you could do it. It's really not difficult. There's so many different places that you could publish your book as an indie author. So I don't want anybody to ever feel discouraged and feel like, oh my God, this is so overwhelming. There's always somebody that you can ask. Shoot, I'm open. You could DM me. I'll answer a question.
Yeah.
If I know it,
Sure. Absolutely.
So that's not,
Yeah. And it's really not as hard as some people, like you said, there's several different avenues that you can take to publish it. So absolutely. What's next for you? So Show You No Mercy. Is that the first book of the sequel?
Yes.
Okay. So have the other books of the sequel come out yet?
Yes. All three are out. It is a completed series.
Now I don't want to give too much. And I am going to get the book. I am getting the book. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get the book. It's on Amazon, correct?
Yeah, it is.
I'm getting the book right after we get off the show. Because I am on Book Talk. I do want to share, and just help. Because
that's what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. But I guess my question is, so is the sequel carrying on the same characters, so to speak?
Yes.
The same main character?
Yes. So this
Does
actually
anybody die?
somebody dies in every book.
I love it.
Multiple
Because it's not
people.
a real thriller if somebody does not die.
Yes.
If there's not an unaliving.
It's not a thriller if nobody dies. Like, it's not at all.
Mhm,
So trust me, multiple people die throughout the series.
I'm liking it already. I'm liking it already. Okay.
Yeah,
good
so
deal.
all 3 is out. What I have next, so I do have my psychological thriller Say I Do coming out June 17th.
Okay.
So that surrounds a woman whose fiance broke up with her, took the ring back, and used that same ring and got engaged to another woman. And instead of her moving on and forgetting about it, she decides to take things in her own hands and becomes very unhinged.
I love that. I love that. If you could take any one of the stories that you have written out, which one would you want to be a movie?
So
if you could pick, like, because we would all like to see everything.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So I do think I would definitely want Show You No Mercy, book 1, to be a movie, because I've gotten that so much. Like, I've been to multiple book fairs and people keep telling me like this could be a movie, and I'm like, you know what? You're right.
Y'all keep speaking that into
okay, please. I'm about to call Tubi and say, listen, I got a story for you.
Yeah, Tubi, Netflix,
all of them.
All of them, exactly. Okay, so what else is next for you? You're working on that one project.
Yes. I'm also working on another book called 9 Nights. It's a Jamaican American thriller. So my family's Jamaican, so I wanted to include my culture into my writing. And just a little short premise is about family secrets and betrayal. A woman comes back to Jamaica after her father died, and she was told that it was due to natural causes, but it turns out he was murdered.
Ooh.
Yeah. So now she has to like go through the process of finding out what happened before the funeral.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
I'm also going to be in Orlando September 6th for the Boozy Book Tour. I'm super excited. So I've never been a part of it before. It's my first time. So hopefully that goes pretty well.
Were you invited?
So I signed up for it and I paid the price or whatever. So I'll have a table there in Orlando. Yes.
Nice.
Also, I'm doing a short story in October for Halloween.
Okay. Yes. Okay, good. How dark is it going to be?
Very.
Nice.
Yes, very.
I'm saying nice. When you get to writing dark, I'm like, I don't know. Because
it's going to be dark, but it's readable. You're not going to be scared.
Okay. Like I said I was going to branch out this year. So, okay. Awesome. Do you think you will ever write anything else besides thriller, or do you think that that's just your vein?
So I do actually have a story idea for a science fiction book. Like, I love science fiction. So I'm working on it. I feel like with science fiction, you really have to do your due diligence before stepping into that genre, because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like, just creating the world, the characters,
the world building,
the world, like the clothes they wear, and
yeah.
So I have a story idea for science fiction. I really want to do it.
You're speaking to your intelligence now, because I swear people who write fantasy and sci-fi have to be the most intelligent people.
Seriously. That's why I'm like, let me do my research first.
Sure.
Because I need this to be to the T. Like, I want to be immersed into that genre.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe I might be a science fiction and thriller writer. You never know.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. How much research did you do for your current books? Do you feel like you had to do a lot of research? Because I say that because I think that people don't realize that authors do research to make things sound right.
Real. Yeah.
Yeah.
So real. For my Show You No Mercy series, I did somewhat of a research, not too much because, I'm from New York, so I pretty much know all these places and what it is. For the book I'm working on now, Say I Do, I definitely did a lot more research because I want to make sure that I know what somebody's getting married feels like. I want to be able to show that in the book because I've never been married, so I wouldn't know. So I can't really ask myself. So I have my mom has been married twice, child. Okay, but so I asked my mom, like, what is that feeling like? And also talking to people who maybe even experienced heartbreak, like, what did you go through? What were those feelings you had? What did you do? Some people got some crazy stories of what they did when somebody broke their heart. So I try to grasp like what people are feeling. So
maybe we could have a side conversation. Because if you need some research, I got on that.
I'm here for it. So I really just want to be able, when I show these emotions in my book, I want it to feel as real and as authentic as possible. I want people to read it and be like, okay, I know exactly what this person is feeling.
Yeah. I love that. So outside of writing, what do you have any other hobbies? Are there any other goals? I know you're taking your clinical test, right? Are you studying for that?
I'm studying for it. Yeah.
When do you have an expected date to take it?
I have a date in mind. I'm keeping it a secret.
Okay.
But it is obviously going to be this year. So yeah, I'm studying for that. Hopefully once I pass, I'll be able to become supervisor at my job. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Some other hobbies. I am a big movie person. I love going to the movies. I know a lot of people don't go to the movies no more because like everything is on their TV Fire Stick or whatever. But I actually enjoy sitting in a movie theater, eating my nachos and cheese and watching the screen and seeing.
Are you I'll go to the movies by myself. I don't need nobody to go with me. Yeah. You a real one.
I go to the movies by myself all the time. I don't want nobody talking in my ear. Like, please, let me just watch this movie.
Yeah. You a real one. Yeah. I can't remember I don't think I've ever went to the movie. Now out to eat. I'll do that by myself. But a movie, I don't know why, but I don't think I've ever been to a movie by myself. But okay, so you're a movie buff. Yes. What's the last movie you saw?
Okay. Wicked.
Okay, I have not seen that yet.
Loved it. It was amazing. Okay. It was really good.
Listen, you just mentioned it. We said we were gonna wait till it came out free. Because I already pay enough for these subscriptions. So you gonna give it to me for free.
No, I get it. But so like big movies like that, I have to watch in a theater. Like Marvel movies, I have to be in a theater. Because it's just a different feel.
Huh? He may come back on because you just said the magic word. Which
God.
Yep.
You know what? If you got room from another brother, add me on, because we can talk about Marvel all day long. DC coming back with the new Superman joint. Like,
okay. So I'm more of a Marvel person.
You're what?
I'm more of a Marvel person. The only DC movie I like was what's the water guy?
Water guy.
Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquaman.
Well, we all know why we like that one.
Yeah. Yes.
Here you go. We talking about fictional characters.
It's still a character.
She's not lying though.
Right, and he was on that screen. All I'm saying. Oh, okay. So, what's your favorite Marvel movie?
Okay, I don't remember if it was Endgame, the Avengers Endgame, or if it was the other one, but it was the scene where they all got killed by Thanos, and then they came back in the circle thing.
Yeah.
When they all came
Endgame.
I was in the theater so hyped.
Yeah.
I was hyped. I was like, "Oh my god, this is so good!" Like, I think I don't remember which one.
Screaming, crying.
I'm one of those people. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely one of them.
I love that.
You know what?
Yeah.
Caleb, let me just ask you what, because right there, I gotta ask you this. So remember the first person came out of that thing was Sam Wilson, right? Because he said Cap on your left.
Yeah.
Why everybody? Because you know he got the new movie out, Brave New World. Man, why they acting like he wasn't there? He was there. He was there for like 10 years playing this role. Why they acting like he can't be Captain America? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen this new one yet, but I'm gonna go see it too.
Yeah.
But he's actually really good Captain America.
He really is. He really is. I think that people are holding his not personal life, but how his personality against him, because he's been said to not be the friendliest person when you see him out in public.
Yeah.
But I think, my opinion, I think that we don't give actors and people who are in the limelight a lot of credit. Can you imagine not being able to go to your grocery store without somebody saying something to you, want a picture, want an autograph? Like, they are constantly, they can't have a private life.
Yeah, because everybody's always in their face.
Everybody's always in their face. So you can't blame somebody who's like, I don't want to take any picture. Like, that's not what I'm here for.
I don't want to take a picture. I don't want to talk.
I don't want to talk right now.
Right.
Like, I'm overstimulated.
Yeah.
I get overstimulated myself, and don't nobody know me. So I can only imagine going somewhere where everybody knows who I am, all over the world. Like, there's no way.
I would hate that. I would too. I would probably have an attitude as well, because please leave me alone.
Yeah, just give me the money, but the fame, I don't want it.
No.
I don't want it. It has been amazing talking to you, Kim. I'm so glad we finally got you on the show. I promise you, I am getting that copy as soon as we get off. If you are interested in connecting with Kim, here's all her details. And you let us know if we missed anything. I got your TikTok is K.Powell Writes. Facebook is K.Powell. IG, I am K.Powell. And then your website, kpowellbooks.com.
The website is actually imkpowell.com.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So the website is actually imkpowell.com. You fixing that? He'll fix it. Okay. And we'll make sure that it's correct. So anything else that you would like to share? Where can, like, if you have, I know you're going to be in Orlando.
Yes, September 6th.
Yeah. September the 6th. Okay. Anything else going on before then?
So no, I just have my book coming out June 17th. Say I Do. I don't have a date yet for 9 Night. I'm not sure if it's coming out this year. I'm still working on it. Okay. But I do have my short story that I'm going to do in October, as I mentioned, for Halloween. I don't want to mention anything about that yet because it's top secret.
It's still in the works.
Yes.
I love it.
So yeah, those are all the things that I'm working on. For anybody that is interested in being an author or writer, you can do it. Don't let people discourage you. Don't listen to nobody. Also, I know sometimes when we start doing something new and our friends, people that know us is like, oh, why is he or she doing that? Who do they think they are? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
That's right.
Because what happens is when you make it, they can be like, oh, I always knew they could do it. Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. So don't let people discourage you. If you want to write, just write. And I want people to remember, like, I feel like sometimes as writers and authors, we get so caught up in trying to make sure the story is perfect and put it out at a certain date. We forget to have fun with it. Like, this is supposed to be fun.
You talking to me right now. Because I have pushed my date back so many times for so many different reasons. And you're right. Like, the most important part of it is have fun creating the story. Yeah. Because these are characters in your head before they're in anybody else's head. These are, you have them intimately to yourself before you share them with the world. So have fun with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Kim, for coming on the show. I'm going to be connecting. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to be connecting with you on social media. So definitely keep us in mind. If your book releases, all that, definitely feel free to share that with us so we can help you spread the word as well.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, everybody. So that was K.Powell. Definitely make sure that you connect with her. Let's show these independent authors some love and some support. Especially, look, it's Black History Month or whatever month it is. Definitely show authors love, because it's not easy being an independent author when you don't have that backing to do the publishing and the promoting that you would. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We do have our next guest coming up in March. I believe it's March the 9th. And that's going to be Darrell. He is from Longview, Texas, and he is a musician. He does R&B and alternative music. I'm super, it's like a brother to me. Him and I have been on stage before a couple of times, so I'm super excited to visit with him. So that'll be March 9th, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Listen, if you are interested in coming to the show, definitely feel free to contact us. Here is all our contact information. Yep, is on the screen right now. Definitely feel free to reach out to us. And we have some big things coming as well. So be looking for that as well. Outside of that, I don't know if that was on purpose or accident, but that was hilarious. Say Drake. Thank you all for tuning in at whatever time frame that you tune in. Thank you so much for tuning in, for your support, and we will see you the next go round.